Good morning y buenos dias. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
The set of Cafecito y Croquetas brought to you by H&Co and Stay Tranquilo. We are here in our costumes ready for the holiday of Halloween.
For the festivities, for the candy,
Spooky
the
season.
trick-or-treating. It's officially the long-awaited time of spooky season. Now it's spooky day.
It is.
We're here.
It is.
Spooky day has arrived.
Spooky day, and we're ready. We're ready to roll. We've been ready all week, but today is the day. The day is here, and we're going to get into a little bit of some of the spooky areas of Miami, some of the haunted places in Miami.
Let's do it.
Some that you may know, some that you may not know. And if you pass by there, maybe you'll feel that little spooky energy in the area. So, you got to get into it. You got to get into it.
Get into
tap into the spooky side. It's one day out of the
do
year.
it.
And then you got Dia de los Muertos, mañana.
Mañana.
That's another big one too.
Yeah.
Don't really celebrate it, but it's a cool tradition. In Mexico, obviously, it's huge.
Yeah. It's basically like their way of honoring their loved ones, like kind of like bringing back their loved ones. So obviously they dress up and everything, but there's a real emotional connection to it. For that culture, if you've seen it, if you studied it, you understand that it's not just a celebration; it's like a day of like memorial,
right?
Like, remembrance.
It's not about the spooky stuff. It's more about like bringing back,
but it is a fantastic holiday.
Lost family and friends.
It's a very cool holiday that I think everyone should definitely know a little bit about it.
Yeah. So before we get into some of the spooky places, I got to ask you, top 5 Halloween trick-or-treat candy chocolate.
Oh, top 5 chocolates or just candy in general?
Overall, like what are the 5 things you want in your basket?
No order and no odor. I need Kit Kats in there.
Okay.
I need Reese's.
Nice.
I need, maybe, some Skittles. Need some Skittles in there. Maybe this is like not a popular one. I loved Laffy Taffies when I was little.
Wow.
I was a big Laffy Taffy guy.
Laffy Taffy.
And
Laffy Taffy.
You know what? Let's keep it old school. Just, throw in a little Hershey bar in there.
Interesting.
You know what? Mentira. Not Hershey.
Not a Hershey.
Crunch bar.
Oh, crunch.
A little crunch in there, a little crunch bar.
What do we got there?
What is that?
What is that?
Now and later. Banana. Yeah, you can have that back. I'll leave it down there.
It's gone.
Now, the banana flavored stuff, banana flavored candy is like such a unique palette. I'm not a fan of it, but those would be my 5. No order, but if those are in my bag,
you need those in the bag.
I'm set.
Okay.
I'm good.
If I have to go with like a top 5, it would be Reese's number 1, Reese's number 2, Reese's number 3, then Reese's number 4, and then Reese's number 5. I would trade everybody in the whole Halloween party whatever they wanted. I got some Kit Kats in there. I might have gotten some Skittles, and I'm like, you give me Reese's, and I'll give you anything else that you want.
We just like the extra protein it gives, It's all about the protein.
I just love peanut butter. I just love peanut butter. So it's Reese's for me.
Different kinds of Reese's, like Reese's Pieces.
No, I'm not even a Reese's Pieces guy. It's got to be
Cups.
Reese's Buttercups.
Reese's Buttercups.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
And man, Reese's has stepped up their game. They have Reese's everything now.
I know. They got Reese's
candy bars.
I think Oreo, like Reese's Oreo combo now.
They have like
like
Reese's brownies. Like they got Reese's on everything. They have Reese's peanut butter, like just like an actual can of peanut butter of Reese's. They got Reese's everything. More than when we were little, it was just the cups and, be happy with the cups. And now they have little bites. They have there's so much you can get now.
Yeah.
If you really want to stack up on the Reese's. But yes, Reese's is one of probably.
It's the GOAT.
I would say that is my number 1 for sure. I said no order because I'll be happy with either of those in my bag. Sure. But Reese's is goated. Reese's is goated.
It is. There, sneaky ones also good. Milky Ways. I always would settle for a good Milky Way. Butterfinger. Not in the same category as Reese's, but close enough.
I'm not a big candy bar guy, I just like something you can just kind of because they all those Milky Ways and Snickers and stuff. It's like a job to eat those. Like you have to really chew on it. It's all the caramel. It's like
Milky Way's not as bad. A Butterfingers is definitely like that.
Butterfingers, Snickers, like they're heavy.
Or a Tootsie Roll. Can't do that shit.
I lost. Yeah.
I can't. It's like gum in a chocolate form, and you're chewing it and it just gets stuck everywhere.
Would you be happy if you got gum in your trick or treat bag? Maybe some like Big League Chew or like some Hubba Bubba.
Big League Chew would be like the one. Outside of that, I could care less.
What was goated? The cylinders of gum that was just like a strip that you just kind of pulled off, ripped off, and then you put it. It was like a Hubba Bubba roll.
The little pink rolls.
Yeah, the pink rolls, and then
the
other
one
you
opened up the little thing, and then they rolled out. Yeah.
And then what was the other one? It was I think it was still Hubba Bubba, but it was like the long ones. It was like the little square ones. You unwrap them, and they came like some.
What was
flavors.
the one? Man, I gotta remember the name now. But
Starburst always a
the one that it was like the gum that you would chew. It was like a bubble gum, but it had like liquid inside. So when you took that first bite, it would like shoot out liquid and like that was like nice and was it a Hubba Bubba brand?
Hubba Bubba, man.
And what was the bazooka gum? The bazooka? Yeah, the zebra. That's another piece of good.
Shout out Bazooka.
Gum. Yeah.
Shout out Bazooka.
Yeah, John Jay, baby.
That's for you, John. You clip that up and drop
Big
that in.
bazooka guy.
Drop that into your next page.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of good gum. Big League Chews, Alito, and on the chocolate side, it's always going to be Reese's forever.
Big League Chew is a little leaguers chewing tobacco. You just take a huge chop of it.
Well, the way they would design it, it's just like the strip.
You just strip it in, just put it in.
Sour apple. Oh my God.
Or sour blueberry. Any sour fruit was always solid.
We need some Big League Chew in here now.
We'll read some Big League Chew. Do you have anything in your pockets outside of banana surprise over there, Antonio? No? Okay.
But yeah, that's elite. Let us know in the comments what you guys think is your top 5 Halloween, get in your trick-or-treat bags. Maybe it's money. I know some people do the money thing. Maybe
stack up on your
maybe
candy.
It's a Johnny Cuba in your
hey,
or that
a Johnny Cuba, maybe some Outcast cigars. You never know.
You never know.
There's a lot of stuff that can end up.
Anything can end up in there.
But more importantly, stay safe out there.
Yes,
have some fun, have a good time, stay safe. Watch out for the cars. But go out there, enjoy the holiday. Even if you're a little bit too old for trick-or-treating, still go out there and sneak in a couple bars here and there, or just steal it from your children, whatever you're feeling.
That's always the best. All right, so now let's get into the most haunted places in Miami, according to a list here that we compiled. It's the top 3 spots. Some of them you may know, some of them you may not know. But at number 1, it's Villa Paula in Little Haiti. It was built in 1926. Cuban residents back in the day, and it earned the haunted house reputation because the wife Villa Paula, died prematurely and reported smelled brewed coffee and roses, hearing piano music, and seeing a one-legged woman in the hallway.
Yeah, it checks out. That sounds about right for a haunted kind of paranormal activity over there.
1926. I don't know if anybody's lived in there since the death of Paula.
Is it like a landmark now, or is it like an active residence?
Let's see here.
Or is it more like one of those houses that just kind of like a landmark for it?
Let's see. It's a good question. Oh, spooky. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's a lot of places.
Apparently, it's like, I guess you could visit it, right? It says people visit the place to witness paranormal activities. And that being like you can hear, the piano being played. You smell the coffee being brewed. And apparently roses floating in the air.
Nah, you can miss me with that. I'm good.
You're not gonna pass by there around midnight tonight?
No. I'll drive by. I'll wave. Be like, vaya con Dios. But I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to Westchester.
That's pretty intense. Can you imagine walking in there and you see a one-legged woman just standing there in the hallway with a little cafetera in her hand?
Quiere algo, azúcar. Quiere azúcar.
That's insane.
Nah, I'll turn around. I'm good.
So that's number 1 on the list, and then number 2, iconic place. Most of you have probably heard this. But the Biltmore in Coral Gables.
Everyone knows that one.
The Biltmore just has so much rich history, right? I mean, the Biltmore, another place that was also built in 1926, right? So it seems like that's the year when, if it was built in 1926, it's going to be haunted.
It's the year of the haunts.
Yeah. And a lot has obviously passed through there. It was a World War II veterans hospital. There's a lot of gang history back in the day that went out there. So murder scenes, drug crime.
It's a combo of the ghost of soldiers, former soldiers back in the World War II period. Obviously, all the stuff that happened, in the prime of Miami, the 70s, the 80s, everything that went down through there, and it's one of those iconic places. And I think they're the ones that kind of have or coined. I think they're one of the first hotels to not have a 13th floor.
Yes, listed. They don't have a 13th floor
because they say the 13th floor. And now most hotels pretty much follow it. There's maybe it's bad juju or it's bad, energy. But, most hotels, anything with multiple stories, they don't have a 13th floor. Residences or offices or even cruise ships, they don't have a 13th floor because of the superstition of.
But is there no 13th floor on the button, right? Because if there's a floor 14, there has to be a floor 13, right?
So there's no button that says 13.
But there is a floor. Or is it just empty space?
I don't know.
I always think about that. When they say there's no 13th floor, is the 14th floor just the 13th floor and they're labeling it as the 14th floor? Or is there a 13th floor that's just not accessible?
Maybe there's a floor, or maybe they just don't have 13 listed anywhere.
Or maybe that's just where the ghosts stay.
Maybe that's where they stay. They leave it alone. They don't want to bother them. They leave room service in the hallway. You never know. But It is a superstition. It is a superstition that's been, around forever. And, most people have kind of followed that lead of, the bad energy of a 13th floor being listed.
Is this when you're also in the Biltmore? Like, there's a lot of like nostalgia in there. The way they've designed the building.
And for the most part, it looks, outside of a couple renovations, obviously, 1926, hurricanes, all this, but it kind of keeps that same,
old
style
school Coral Gables
of,
vibe.
The original architecture, the Spanish architecture that went into it, and they obviously have the golf course now, but you can go in there and you can feel that has history behind it. I mean, we're looking at a picture right now, and it looks exactly the same for the most part. For the most part, it looks exactly how it was left. The same iconic tall tower that you can see from a couple miles out. The Biltmore, the statue at the top, everything like that, but. Yeah, it's one of those places that everyone knows that the Biltmore's haunted.
Yeah, the person, right, that they say is like one of the, I guess, like
the ghosts.
The ghost of the Biltmore is Thomas Fatty Walsh, who was a famous gangster back in the day, and he was murdered at the Biltmore Hotel due to gambling-related altercation. And then apparently since then, staff and guests have reported that Fatty wanders aimlessly through the halls, moving furniture, shaking glasses and bottles, and appearing before others. Fatty is especially active on the hotel's 13th floor where he was killed. So that's the rumor, that he was killed on the 13th floor, and that's why he's apparently there. And it said that mysterious odors of Cuban cigars linger throughout the building. I think that's just Miami people after they smoke cigars.
Maybe that's why they have a no smoking policy, but I think that's I'll be like, someone just lit up their cigar. Someone's not respecting the hotel policy, but it's all good. We're here for the vibe, we're here for the vibes.
And then they also say room 1206 is haunted.
I have heard about that too. I think that was maybe one of the sites of the murder. I've never stayed in the Biltmore.
We should go stay. I stayed there one time.
You did?
Yeah. It gives spooky vibes.
It does?
Not in 1206. Well, I don't remember what room we were in, actually, now that I think about it. It was a nice room, though. Really nice room.
I've filmed venues at the Biltmore. I've done a lot of stuff in the Biltmore. You feel the nostalgia in there. I've never felt uneasy being in there.
We should go request a stay in 1206.
Listen, dude, you know what? You can go by yourself. I'll give you a GoPro.
Film a little content. We'll put the GoPro there. Put a little paranormal camera in there.
Hopefully, Fatty likes some good conversation, because we're bringing the vibes to 1206.
Yeah, we'll bring some cigars.
We'll play some music.
We'll bring a couple dominoes, and we'll play a little game. We'll bring the domino table, right? It'll be me, Antonio, you. We'll leave an extra chair there. We'll get the dominoes rolling, and then if we see a domino move, then we know what's up.
We'll leave a seat open for Fatty.
Yeah, exactly.
And if Fatty plays a double 12, I'll be like, you bastard.
Then we run. Then we run.
He fucking had the double 12.
Then we run. All right. Well, yeah, we all know the Biltmore. And then number 3 on this list is the Miami City Cemetery. It's apparently in downtown Miami. It was established in 1897. It's the oldest graveyard in Miami. Okay. It has 9,000 plus bodies there inside some of the city's pioneers. So you're talking about old Miami in there. And then people say, it is a cemetery. Cemeteries in general are obviously going to be a little spooky, paranormal vibes in there. But they feel strange presences, accounts of odd rituals that happen there, especially around military burial areas. So I guess there's a lot of military presence in that site.
All cemeteries, you always 100%. Think, cemeteries. People, I've never seen people do it, but I know a lot of people like to go to cemeteries, like to hang out in there. They like to do their stuff in there. Strange behavior, strange places to have a hangout, but if that's your cup of tea, I'm not gonna judge you for it. Me 100%. Personally, I'd rather stay in my backyard, a little music, a couple cigars. But if your cemetery is your go-to, then more power to you.
Everybody's got a hangout spot, I guess.
If you feel comfortable with it, listen, we're not too far off. we, when we did our mission trip over at Blue Missions, we slept next to a cemetery.
We did sleep next to a cemetery.
We slept next to a cemetery,
that was interesting.
And I don't think I told you this story, but I told my parents, the first night we were there, obviously, the bathroom's on the outside.
Right.
We all experience, for anyone that's done a mission trip, sometimes, there's not a proper facility, So the bathroom's outside and it's inside the cemetery. So you have to walk into the cemetery and walk past all these grave sites to go use the bathroom.
With cows.
With cows mooing, you don't know what's in there. It's dark and it's pitch black, there's no street lights. So the first night, I wake up, 5 a.m. For some reason, I was always the first one up. And I went in there and I proclaimed, I'm like, listen, guys, I'm just here to use the bathroom.
Oh, you spoke to them?
I spoke to them. I let them know. I'm like, listen,
don't fuck with me.
I'm a child of God. All right. Listen, I only fear God in this. I'm trying, to stay proper. I only fear God, I'm not here to mess with you guys. Y'all rest. Tranquilo and take it easy, I'm just going to go use the bathroom and I'll be out of here in 5 to 7 minutes, okay? Yeah. And we made a deal. I said, deal, guys. I didn't hear anything. I'm like, all right, I'm going to assume that's a deal. And then I went to the bathroom and they didn't bother me the whole trip. I'll tell you that. They didn't bother me. But I told them, I respect your space. You set the tone early. I respect your space. I'm not going to, not going to touch anyone's gravesite. I just need to go to the bathroom into this little hole that they made for us. Okay? That's fair. And then we're good. But I did proclaim. I'm like, don't.
Dominican cemeteries, though, they're probably like, they're there just chilling.
Yeah, a lot of them are old farmers. A lot of old farmers, people that used to, graze the land. So I don't think anyone there has, any bad intentions.
No.
And I mean, when we were there, I didn't feel uneasy.
No, I at all. At all.
Honestly, it was the no AC was probably worse. The sound of the trees hitting the roof was bad.
Yeah.
But I never felt uneasy. Like after the first day, I was chilling going to the cemetery.
Yeah.
The rest of the kids, I had to lead a couple in. I had to like, you stay watch Pooch, and I'm like, I got you.
It is spooky. It is spooky. You can't see anything in the middle of the night. You know what's there. Yeah. And there's like cows roaming around in the middle of the night. Yeah. You're just hearing noises.
I think overall, just going to the cemetery, it feels uneasy.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
To a point of it, man, you see all the people. Like, damn, what was their story? You see some of the old dates. Born in 18-something. You see people that were born in 18-something. And you'll be like, damn, look where this guy was born. This guy was here before Miami was probably even developed.
Right.
This guy probably.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the cemetery being there since 1897. Yeah. So imagine.
Honestly, an honorable mention that we should mention, I think more people kind of relate to, would be, and I saw it on the list, Deering Estate.
Yes, I did see Deering Estate.
The history behind Deering Estate. Mm-hmm. Native American burial grounds.
Right.
It's pretty much untouched. They still have the burial grounds. They didn't dig up the burial grounds. Like the premises is pretty much what it was. They have the original houses, the original kind of compound that it was. But they do have the spirits of the Native Americans kind of roaming around.
True.
Not to say it's haunted, but there is, that sense of, the spirits that roam it, the spirits that are buried on the site.
Yeah.
A lot of burials, and obviously the famous Indian burial ground that, who knows how many bodies are in.
Right.
People say there's like 100 bodies in that burial
That's
ground.
crazy.
And they just and they kind of made it into, it's almost like a mound.
Yeah.
That they all just kind of, bury it, and they kind of bury themselves with each other.
Right.
Instead of having each different grave sites. But I know that's another one that
is crazy.
Maybe not, but then, they talk about the people that lived in the house and everything like that. So there's a little bit of a haunted nature to Deering Estate. Similar to the Biltmore, the old gang activity.
Exactly.
The Capones of the world, like even before the 80s, we're talking about the 60s.
Right.
Maybe even the 50s.
Right.
People that used to go back there because that compound is super old.
Of course,
compound's been there, years.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of ancient spots here in Miami. Obviously, like everything's been modernized, but like Miami's been around for a hot minute.
Ooh,
And it was a different like level of behavior and like type of atmosphere that was going on down here. And then of course you got the Hard Rock Stadium with the Tequesta Indians. That place is haunted for sure. That might have been number one on this list, honestly.
I mean, I don't know if people see stuff, but the grounds are haunted. They
feel haunted in the fact that like whatever happens in that stadium doesn't go well.
But for some reason, they loved it when the Marlins were there.
Yeah, they're baseball guys.
The Marlins won two World Series on the grounds of Hard Rock Stadium. It was once Joe Robbie.
Right.
Maybe they were just fans of Joe Robbie. Maybe they hated the name change. You should rename it Joe Robbie.
I think they like the Hard Rock. I just don't think they like football.
They don't like football. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe you put the Marlins back at Hard Rock. You put the Dolphins over
That's what I've said.
At Marlins Park at Lone Depot and, switch it up a little bit.
See what happens.
You never know, man, because the Dolphins won when it was Orange Bowl.
Right, exactly.
The Dolphins won. The Canes
won in the Orange Bowl. Marlins won. It was what's now the Hard Rock. Like, we flipped it around, and then since then, no one's been able to win.
Then we got greedy, ladies and gentlemen. We got greedy, and we're like, we want fancy stuff, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to stick to what's okay. Damn it.
Tough break. But yeah, those are the most haunted places in Miami. If you ever pass by there, or if you have any experiences in any of those places that you've ever witnessed anything, if you've seen Fatty at the Biltmore, or if you ever met Paula at Villa Paula in Little Haiti, let us know. Curious to hear. I'm gonna have to. We might go stay at 1206. We might go visit Paula at Villa Paula.
Another place that got a lot of history. We won't touch on it too much, but Key West. Talk about a place that has some haunted stuff.
For sure.
Key West and all the history there with the wars and soldiers. Oh my God, you can go.
Yeah.
Because they actually have haunted tours. You know?
I know.
They have,
I know.
What's the name of the
New Orleans is another one too.
Robert the Doll. You know, they have their own version of Annabelle over in Key West. You know, I won't go visit him. I don't want to see him. It's okay. It's okay.
You got pirates too.
You know what, man? Sometimes you just don't know. You know, why play
stay in your
with it,
lane.
You know, stay in your lane. You know, respect it. You know, but I don't need to get any deeper.
Yeah, you don't need to get in the deets.
I'll be educated, but why?
It's good to know, right?
Yeah, good to know. Good to know, so I know not to go there. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Exactly. But yeah, that about does it. Now you know a little bit of the history of Miami and some of the haunted places here. You know some of your favorite candies and chocolates in the Halloween baskets. Let us know what you guys like. Enjoy your happy Halloweens. And of course, as always, drink your cafecito and eat your croquetas.
And how about you take us out with a little song?
Oh, song. What's the song of the weekend?
What's the song of the weekend? I think the song of the weekend, we were debating it yesterday. It's always a debate.
It is a debate.
Especially for this season.
It's definitely spooky vibes.
It's definitely, you know, you want to go for spooky vibes. You know, we were going through a couple Halloween playlists.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm sitting on it. And I think a fantastic song, an iconic song.
Hit 'em.
How about a little Somebody's Watching Me by Rocco?
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna counter yours.
You're gonna counter me?
I'm gonna counter
Let
yours.
this one sit for a little bit.
Huh?
Let me get to the chorus.
No. I know the song very well. It's a great Halloween song. No. Oh my God. We might have some breaking news.
Breaking news?
We might have some breaking news.
Are we gonna break it right now?
I think so.
Are we gonna break it right now? Hold up.
I gotta confirm my source here. Gotta confirm.
Are we gonna break this on Cafecito y Croquetas?
I think we might have to.
I think. Oh my God.
Is this real?
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode just might turn into a sports podcast.
Real quick. I mean, it's Miami. It's relevant.
I mean, of course, now my Twitter's not loading.
Let me see. Hold up. Sorry for the delay here, guys. This is big news. This is big news.
I think.
I haven't seen any confirmation yet, but let me see. Yup, it's official. Per Adam Schefter, we're getting into a little sports here because it is breaking news in Miami.
Damn.
Since 2000, he's been with the organization since 2000 and GM since 2016. Chris Greer has officially left the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
Breaking news. We are going to jump into the sports pod and we will be breaking up this breaking news, but we had to break it here. It's Friday. We're doing our Cafecito y Croquetas. It's haunted vibes, but this is big news. So go catch Tranquilo Sports for some breaking news in a little bit.
Dang.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Spooky vibe. I just got goosebumps.
Oh my God.
The Tequesta Indians hurt us, bro.
They hurt us.
All right. That's it. Enjoy your Friday. Drink your cafecito, eat your croquetas, and we'll go see you on sports. Happy Friday. Cheers.